The first hero, Hados, Purgatorial Prince Berkut. By the way, this man was the reason why I wanted widescreen Faye. The 4:3 ratio really demonstrates how good his art looks.
His art is like one of the best in this game.
Yeah, like we cut it off at the eyeball. We don't see his cape. We don't see how extravagant this entire aura is. And of course, the dark aura with Renea, Fire Girl there is just
just a fire girl.
Lava girl over there.
Yeah, Lava Girl. It's one of the best pieces of art in this entire game. I think it might still be my favorite or top 2 of my favorite Fallen Heroes.
In tandem with the voice acting, Ian Sinclair's take on Berkut is some of the best voice acting in this game.
I agree. All right, let's see what he is. 40 plus 2 plus 4. 45 HP, 57 attack, 17 speed, 37 defense, 32 res. Kriemhild, Moonbow. Attack defense catch, low attack defense, defense res menace, and attack defense heal 3. This is actually really good. Stack attack defense, stack attack defense, stack attack defense.
No res.
And in defense res menace, he actually does get a bit of it.
Okay, that's good at least. Irony, it was taken from Zeke. The irony of everything.
Zeke.
He could have killed him twice, technically.
Oof, yeah.
All right, well, let's see. Kriemhild, if foe initiates combat units within 3 spaces of an ally, you can counterattack regardless of foe's range and foe cannot make a fall attack. But after combat, if unit attack deals 20 damage to the nearest ally, so they increase their range by 1, I believe, and everything looks the same.
It's guaranteed wary. No more only ranged units. So he has wary against all foes, but in exchange, if he's in the enemy phase and within 3 spaces, he will always damage.
Yeah, even if it's not a ranged unit.
Okay, that's good.
Damage.
Yep.
If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at start combat, inflicts attack defense -5 on foe during combat, you make a guaranteed follow-up attack. I like that. The guaranteed follow-up attack really helps because the wary with guaranteed follow-up attack for a slow unit who's as well min-max as he is one of the best combinations you can have. Now, the one part that I do think is kind of weird, only attack defense -5 one time? I thought it was going to be twice.
I thought too, but then I remember it's still technically a distinct counter weapon. And it does get an extra effect on the base, so I guess I kind of accept it.
Didn't Legendary Tiki get stats ×2 +4 to everything twice?
She got 4 all, but then her extra effect, quote unquote, was that she got attack res minus up to 8. She didn't get a +4 twice. She got +4 twice because of Savior.
Yes, it's basically Xander's Siegfried Refine just with a guaranteed follow-up and damage to your ally.
Okay, I kind of wish it was better than that, but
it's still solid. It's respectable.
I'm just gonna put it out there. This is actually making him arguably just straight up better than Zeke.
Yeah. Okay. So the important thing is this. I was about to point it out. He's no longer purely a defensive unit because if foe's HP is over 75% at start combat, inflicts attack defense -5 on foe during combat, unit makes a guaranteed follow attack. He's no longer a strictly counter attacker. He can now initiate too, which is really helpful.
The best part is, yeah, you don't get wary, but you also don't hurt your allies when you initiate. So you can just go in player phase, not hurt anybody, and then you could just canto out into allies and then tank. It's a really nice combo there.
Yeah, you can make a mixed phase unit pretty easily.
Oh, wow. You know, what's really good on him would be Unity as well. Unity LOL, I like that. Unity Trace, really good as well. And he can put Form on him. Yep. Actually, I'm surprised you're using attack defense, so I would use attack defense Form. But then again, you kind of...
3 spaces is lenient enough where you can just run solos.
I agree with that. It's just... It depends on your team on how close you want to be to your allies. So
and it is the seal, so you can flex it.
Great. Okay, so quick calc. 62 attack. I'm going to calculate as 9 because defense res menace. 62 attack. 71, 74, 74 plus 6 if they're debuffed. 80, 86 damage per shot. That's actually really legit. Wow.
Yeah, he's got a pretty decent attack stat. And remember, he has a super boon in that for some reason, so that is
his only super boon is attack.
Okay, that's actually really good. And because it's a 2 cooldown special, he attacks, they attack, he attacks with the special, so he's actually really good on both phases. And yes, I think killing off Zeke is actually really good for him because the Menace catch combination is really, really good. Though Zeke is really, really good anyways. But
well, here's the thing. After running the numbers, Zeke actually ends up having no stats over Berkut after his refine. Because Zeke's Holy Gradivus doesn't have stats. And he doesn't have more than 5 in any given stat over Berkut. So if you refine Berkut, technically speaking, in a way, he's objectively better than Zeke.
Technically speaking, but there are a couple of things to consider. First of all, Zeke, because of the kit that's pretty much just pre-made for him, you don't really need to change anything unless you're doing it.
I mean,
to slightly optimize him.
Slight counter argument: he's in compiles.
Yes.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, Fallen Berkut is in compiles, but
so Zeke.
You can.
No, we were just talking about Zeke.
Are you talking about? Well, yeah, both.
Yeah.
Wait, aren't both of them in compiles?
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
that's why it's worth it.
Yeah. But what was I going to say?
The big thing is Zeke doesn't hurt his allies, which is a give or take.
Yeah, that was the second thing. That Zeke you can just run him generalist, and there's no repercussions. You don't need to build the team around.
He's simple. He's super simple to use. There's no drawbacks or anything. Berkut takes it a step further, but in exchange, you have to hurt your allies, which, depending on the comp, might actually be a good thing.
Yeah, and you guys also have to keep in mind that 5 years from now, Zeke will get a refined, so...
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's look at the future.
So
don't overthink about it. Zeke will be better one day.
Okay, to be fair, it's only like 2.5 years, guys. Come on, not that long. Okay, promise.
All right, I like this. All right, good enough. I like this build. 60, 66 defense. That's incredible. And your res is 6 plus 3 plus 5. 14, 46 res. Wow, he's a straight up dual facing tank.
Yeah.
Wow. 40 plus 5 plus 15. Wow, you actually went all the way for Berkut. Shame there's no trace.
I don't think there was trace when that came out.
Right, that's why I said shame. 48 HP, 60 attack, 22 speed, 40 defense, 35 res, Kriemhild, reposition, Ruptured Sky, attack, res unity, law attack, defense, res menace, defense, res form. Wow, did everybody go for defense, res menace on him?
I think Ruptured Sky is a bit questionable, though, with all the attack drops. You're dropping the attack by... well, you're dropping it by 8, so it's not like the end of the world, but still.
8. No, that's a sizable amount of damage to give up, but effective against dragon and beast foes, so... I guess. Alright, so real quick calc. 60 attack, 65, 70, 73. 73 they're debuffed, acting as 79. That's decent attack with Ruptured Sky. That's really good, actually. 40 defense turns into 45 effective. 48 effective. And 54 up to 61. That's legit. And your res is 5, 5, 10, 13, 13, 19. 19 plus 26. That's 61. Oh my god, what is this character? Kriemhild, Harsh Command, Ruptured Sky, Brazen Attack Speed. What? Ball speed, defense, joint drive speed, attack speed, solo. What are you doing?
Speedy without the speed.
I thought we were gonna be trolled by ping pong today, not you. Well, +2. What is your kit? Thank you, Diego Alberto Parisi, for the follow. All right, really quickly. What even is this? Ninja Yari. Sure. All right, I don't know what you're doing here. I checked your kit. I have no idea what you're doing. This is not gonna work. He doesn't even need the speed now that he has auto doubles. So this is the worst commitment I've ever seen. Oh, man. And he doesn't even get that much speed. It's, if everything works out, 10 plus 3, 13, 17, 17, 23. Wow, 41 speed of everything triggers. Oh, no. Nobody should do this. Tarantula. Oh, so here's the thing. I think the OG builds all of a sudden are pretty crummy on them. My favorite A slot on him was Mirror Stance. I really like running lulls back in the day on him, and then QR Seal. I thought that was the best build for Berkut. Yep. Problem, now he's a dual phaser.
I mean, so you can still do it. DC Stance is a really good combo.
You can still do it, but he hits his promise as a dual phaser. There are a lot of Cavs out there who are really good counterattackers, especially the ones that we can refine. But in terms of dual phase ones, most of them are premium heroes. So...
Well, Berkut's still premium, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, not... he's demoted, man. I mean, like, all right. Well, this is still workable because 5 plus 6, 11, 14, 14, 18. 18 extra attack takes you to 74. And then your 37 defense acts as 40, 44, 49. That's fine. And then your res is 6 plus 5, 11 plus 3, 14, 46. Yeah, it's still really, really good. But this is... I think at this point out of date. I think it's fine, but it's out of date compared to what he could do nowadays as a dual phaser.
I imagine that's why the build is attacks mode 3. It's out at 8.
This seems like old build.
Yeah, it was probably.
All right, really quickly. None of you should do this. Why? This entire build is so backwards. Berkut's attack is not great. We know that. So when you do fortress defense, you're killing his attack. It's under 50. That's a miracle. A bad miracle. Secondly, he's not taking much damage because his Kriemhild is 5 minus 5. So it's acting as 53, 56 defense, and your res is 51, 54 res, and on odd turn 60 res. You're not taking much damage, so the reprisal does nothing. As a whole, Vic is a dum-dum, and none of you guys should do this. As always, doesn't learn that. Did you run out of SP? Wow, you actually might be able to do a legit one. Attack even soul 4 on him would be good though. Ranulf! Will Ranulf be finally good? Let's see. 4 plus 2 plus 8. 46 HP, 47 attack, 43 speed, 38 defense, 18 res. Wow, he is really reminding me of Sane. Stat wise, but that's not attack. But yeah, let's see it. Covert, Cat Fang, rally attack defense plus, bonfire, death blow 4, law attack defense 3, war beast, speed defense solo 3. I don't know if that's a really good build, but let's see it.
They fought it to Dimitri for the death blow.
Yeah, they just gave him Dimitri.
Oh, killed Dimitri, sure. Let's see. Ranulf, if initiates combat or is within 3 spaces an ally, grants attack speed defense res plus 4 to unit during combat, grants attack defense plus 4 to allies within 3 spaces during combat.
Already objectively better.
Is it just 3 spaces versus before?
It was attack def plus 3 joint drive. That was it.
Oh god.
That was
yeah, that's all this weapon was.
That even back then it wasn't a good support unit. I remember how hesitant I was at that.
There was no reason. Caden was better at the time.
Well, oh, this is not looking good. At start combat, unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats plus 4 to unit during combat. Congratulations, now it's all stats plus 8 within 3 spaces an ally and beast transformation effects. I think Gmo called a lot of this right. To unit during combat, neutralize effects that prevents units fall attacks. What? Did he really need that?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Beast can't use flow.
I get it, but I never even see it Ranulf attack something.
Well, now you will.
Because he doesn't do damage.
Yeah, and then deals damage equals number of allies within 3 spaces times 5. Whoa, 15 true damage?
Yeah, straight up 15 true damage on hit.
Is this the reason why he lost against the Black Knight? Because all his friends died?
Yes.
Most likely.
Oh, man.
Well,
I don't know where this came from.
The friend of Nations sure is the friend of Nations now.
Yes, he's truly the friend of nations. My problem is, like, 3 spaces is pretty lenient, but he's really fighting nearby allies. The good news is he is a cav, so he has as much movement to make that possible. But this is an initiating cav, so it's kind of restrictive. But they did have to restrict it. 3 spaces is already a big amount of space in most game modes.
You don't need to initiate with him either.
No, you don't, but you lose a lot if you don't.
You only lose the beast. You only lose the beast part. You still get plus 8. No follow-up, partial, and true damage, which isn't bad.
So, all stats plus 8, attack defense plus 4 to allies in 3 spaces, beast transformation abilities, and then 15 true damage. So, calculating it, is this going to help him? 5 plus 21 is 76. 76 to 84, 87 attack. Actually, it's starting to get legit if everything triggers.
Plus is true.
Which is not that hard. I mean, yeah, the 3 allies might be a bit difficult, but that's not too bad.
Yeah. All right, 43 speed plus 8, 51. Okay. His speed might still be lacking. With the speed defense solo, it's 57, though.
I mean,
its speed would be lacking on this build because it's not a speed-based build.
Yeah.
But it is plus 2, plus 8 with plus speed. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, still, 43 going to 51 just off of weapon is not bad at all. Ranulf actually, I believe, has a pretty decent speed stat from what I remember.
I think his base 37.
When he was released, I think it was okay.
Well, even still, nowadays it's like 39 contemporary, which is fine. He's on par.
I mean, that explains why you think Sane's gonna be alright. Alright, let's see.
Well, he gets 2 more speed on his weapon than Sane probably will.
44, 47, plus 8, 55 defense. Okay, he suddenly became... Ranulf's not bad now. It's just...
He's perfectly usable.
He's usable, but, unless you get good IVs, I still think he's really good fodder, because that's rally attack defense plus.
Well, again,
Rallies are
rally
like
plus you need anymore. How often rallies are in ephemera? I don't know. How much
even if you argue that, it depends on the heroes because, for example, of the past heroes we got, they usually had something else valuable as well. For example, Mist had Green Tome Valor, and I had nobody else with Green Tome Valor, so I've been sitting on that.
So you could fodder Green Tome Valor and get the prerequisite rally.
It depends on
that's
if that fits on your hero.
Rally attack res, and it's not an easy one path.
Oh, that's right, attack res. There are a couple rallies that are hard to pre-rally.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's also a green mage. So what I'm saying is, like, you shouldn't just automatically write it off as, hey, we'll get perfect. Sometimes you're going to hesitate on these because there's other stuff involved that probably makes more sense.
Even still, at least for most people, I think you only need like a handful of rallies, and after that, you can just coast.
Well, I'd counter why you even need Ranulf in the first place. It's a weird hero.
Probably.
Dismo. Yeah, it's a good thing we did check Dismo first because this is as cheap as it gets. I actually don't even think he wants to use Desperation, considering how much stats he gets now.
You can actually use Windsweep.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, that's right. He's a Windsweeper now because neutralize effects that prevents units fall attacks. But it kind of destroys the impact. But I guess if they can still counterattack, the impact's still helpful. So it's not bad either way.
For dragons and for just situations where you can't sweep for whatever reason.
You could do water sweep on him.
So my recommendation is to go Bond. Speed defense Bond is a really cheap option, and you can put that in as A. Oh, I said Bond?
Yeah.
I said, I meant speed defense form is really readily available nowadays.
Yes, it is. I would absolutely recommend it on budget.
Yes.
So, and then just run another Bond, like attack defense Bond, because he wants to be within 3 spaces of not Bond form, because he wants to be within 3 spaces of allies anyways.
Yep. And the number of allies also works into his true damage, so you want more allies anyways.
Yeah, and because his defense now goes so highly, it's not bad to go for a cheapo thing like Renewal. You can run Desperation, of course, if you want, but I don't really think it's necessary because his defense gets so high. You might, if you want to, sure.
That's the one thing that's really nice about Ranulf. He has a lot of defense.
Yeah. So I guess I'm trying to think of the best B skill for him. Like if you were to actually like invest.
Fully?
Well, then be Windsweep, right?
It would be Windsweep or Trace.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, well, Trace is also good, yeah.
I'd be doing Trace, yeah, because he can't obviously use Flow anyway, because that's in his weapon, even if he could inherit it.
Yeah. So it would really just be between Trace and a sweep.
Okay. 40 plus 5, 45 HP, 46 attack, 42 speed, 38 defense, 19 res. I should have known you had multiple copies of him, but yeah, it makes perfect sense. Covert Cat, Fang, Reposition, Glimmer, Swiss Barrel 3, Windsweep 3, Joint Drive res, and attack speed form. This is really tame.
That's nice. I mean, the res is a little weird, but everything else looks good.
Yeah, that is weird, but he has a support ally, so he'll now give attack defense res plus 4, so that's fair.
I'm gonna be that guy and say Water Sweep actually might be good on Ranulf over Wind because he gets so much defense.
Because his base defense. But I don't fight down dragons.
You don't fight many dragons, but there are dragons like Medius, Rhea.
And all those close counter mages, right, Legion?
Hey,
all gatekeepers.
Hey, I know you big fat whale, but why? Who is this from? Why did you do this?
The person who joined, it's Guinevere.
Oh.
Yeah, that looks like Guinevere to me.
Or Marianne.
Or Marianne, yeah.
Why'd you kill Guinevere?
Or Marianne, but I think Gwen.
Alright, I like this build because he's able to double during Windsweep, and while his defense is good, sometimes you just don't want to get hit. Because there are some heroes who really nuke. Guinevere's good, come on. What are you doing? I don't even have the heart to kill my Gwen. Yeah, I agree. Ranulf, 40 plus 9 plus 5, 48 HP, 49 attack, 45 speed, 40 defense, 20. Wow! This is the most merch Ranulf we got this far. 40 defense base. Yeah. 21 res, Covert Cat, Fang, Reposition, Bonfire, Sturdy Surge. Sturdy Surge!
That means it killed Desert Nyla because you have low speed defense as well.
Yep.
Low speed defense, War Beast, and Blade Session. I think you need a 2 cooldown weapon though. 2 cooldown special though, because gotta just spam that out.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing is he wants that Bonfire to proc. It's hard to make it proc, but that's what the intention is because that defense is so high.
Yeah.
That's rough.
This is kind of weird. All right. Really quickly, All stats plus 4, all stats plus 4, plus 2, plus... So that is 6 plus 8, 14. 14 plus 7, 21, 21, 24, 24 up to 33. 82 attacks pretty legit though. And then 15 up to 15 true damage. So wow, he could hit about 100. And then your 45 speed turns into plus 8, 53, 57, 57 up to 66. The speed is legit as well. This definitely works. This definitely works. I was surprised to see Story Surge on it, but it definitely works. His defense when initiating is especially monstrous.
Rubber Band Man, he killed 2 5-stars for it, but he could have just killed an Athena. It would just be feathers at that point.
Yeah. Probably just Athena, yeah. Because that makes more sense. All right, so your defense is 8 plus 4, 12 on initiation, plus 10, 22. 22 extra defense, 62 defense effectively. Okay, he's legitimately a beast now. I like that. Not So a Flora, signature dish Flora, 40 plus 5 plus 15, 48 HP, 63 attack, 27 speed, 34 defense, 46 res. Floretted Flora, sounds right. All the flowers possible, nice. Saehrimnir, swap, Iceberg, does defense 4, crafty fighter, AR far save. Did you just kill? It's a Forma unit, but you still killed the Henriette, is what it looks like to me.
I mean, she doesn't. Yeah, I guess you could have, but kid's good. Henriette's good.
Defense res form and a crafty fighter 3. All right, I do agree she's a really good far save hero, and let's see if she's going to become one of the best. Effectiveness beast foes, attack plus 3, same as before. At start combat, if units res or foes res, reduces foes attack speed defense by 80%. They actually added speed? I thought they were not going to.
Yeah, they added speed.
The reason why
Shamil and Gmo were off on that.
Yeah, the reason why I brought that up is because I thought about it. She can kill Fallen Edelgard if she doubles.
Well, that's not a problem anymore.
That's not a problem anymore, right? So adding the speed is pretty significant. It feels like such a weird thing to add, but it actually does improve her survivability and her lethality. So interesting that they did that.
She can use lethality.
Oh, no. All right. Calx reduction before combat, maximum penalty -8. So same as before, your visible stats. Because, actually, I kind of wish it didn't do that. It made it in combat, but sure, it's fine. Start combat. If units HP is over 25%, grants attack speed defense res plus 4 to unit during combat. Wow. All stats plus 4 as well. So her speed is actually really getting jacked up now.
Yep.
Finally, if units within 3% ally, grants attack speed defense res plus 4. How many stats is she getting? She's a giant ball of stats.
16.
The heck? Up to 16 to unit during combat, and the following effects will occur based on the value of units res minus foes res if greater or equal to 1. What? Reduces damage from foes first attack during combat by 30%. If greater or equal to 7, foe cannot make a follow-up attack. What? That's so good. If she out-res them by 7, they can only hit her 1 time. And she has a damage reduction of 30%.
And it's in combat.
Yeah, and it's in combat. So, wait, so AoEs will still work on her, but whatever. I don't really care.
Well,
Good luck killing her harmonized Sonya.
She's really good because essentially it's like Drying Wall, but it's not a res check. It's a res check of 1, not 10.
Yep. First hit 30% reduction, wary, all stats plus 16 potentially. Beast effective, attack plus 3. Kind of ridiculous. Put it this way, this Flora here, for example, hits 43 speed. Just for reference.
What
This
the
is a Flora
heck?
with like no speed investment whatsoever.
Yeah.
43 speed.
If I'm not mistaken, a base Flora can hit 38 speed with Saehrimnir if it's fully active.
Okay.
That's more than like being able to double Fallen Edelgard. That's like doubling like most like low mid-speed armors.
That is actually fast.
I'm actually tempted in making her a far savior. I feel so cheated that they didn't do her refine last month while her banner was still here. Because I'm actually excited about this now. This is good. This is more than good. This is amazing. This is one of the best far save heroes in the entire game.
If you're not talking Hardy Fighter far saves, definitely.
Okay, well, way to ruin the party. At least it's 30% damage reduction still and then denial of follow-up. The crazy thing is she's basically guaranteed to get this. Out-resing your opponent by 1 when you have like 46 res. In combat, when you're adding like this much res, that's free. And if you're out resing your opponent, you're gonna start dropping. Oh, you don't drop the res. I see. So it's not extra stupid, but it's still significant. Again, essentially all stats plus 16 is crazy.
Yeah, all stats plus 16. Obviously, only 8 towards that res check, but let's be honest, there are very few units that can out-res Flora.
Yep.
She has more res than Felicia by 3, so it's already a start.
Effective against beasts is really nice on there. All right, and in this build, so 63 plus 16 is 79. 79 plus 4 when counterattacking, 83. That's pretty nutty. Now, it could screw up the iceberg. Now she kind of wants 2 cooldown specials.
Well, she can't really run. I guess, yeah, if you want her follow-up, but...
It's kind of iffy, that part. So that's the only part I find a bit detrimental. I believe one of you guys, I think it's Gmo, who did prevents follow-ups, and I was like, that could hurt her because it does take away the guaranteed icebergs.
Unless there's already no follow-up in the process. What can you really do?
Oh, right, but that's...
But then again, that's partial no follow-up, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, Crafty Fighter gives her guard, at least, so that's nice. Her speed, as mentioned, goes to 42?
43.
43. That's stupid. Her defense is up to 65. Okay, sure. I guess so. You know. Okay, and her 46 res plus up to 16 effective plus 8, 24, 24, 28, 28 plus 7, 35. Why is that allowed? 81 res? 81 res?
Yeah, right around.
That's pretty good.
If you're talking natural far savers, Flora's one of the best for stats. It's not even close.
Okay. So, I need to get this refined, and I need to kill off my Henriette for Flora. I was sitting on who to spend my last Henriette on, and now I know. I kind of feel bad not getting Formal Flora, though. That's the only thing I regret now.
I'm kind of glad I did. I had the +1 attack Flora, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to form this because I use Flora sometimes, but you know what? I use her enough. I'm gonna form her. No regrets.
Yeah,
no regrets.
It's worth. By the way, that iceberg chat will kill anything when it does trigger. All right, Endercat, this one's fast. I do agree with Ruptured Sky because if you're gonna deny their follow-ups and you need your special to kills. Now the question is, do you really need your special for the kill? Plus 16 attack, essentially, 20 up to 27. That's 88. I think you might kill without it anyways, but I do agree for safety reasons. Ruptured Sky also helps kill the beasts even harder, dragons as well. So I like that. Slick Fighter means you cannot be
penalized,
debuffed. Yep.
Which is great. Well, if you're getting hit by the Dark Shrine, that's going to be awesome because you keep your visible res for the res check.
You're right. I actually like that more.
You'll lose you'll lose it for the visible, but you'll get it for the in combat, which is nice.
Yes. Securing the in combat's more important, and the reason why I value this more than guard, anyways, unless they have no follow-up, unless they can break your wary ability. Guard doesn't do anything for you, right? If they have special immediately, they're just going to hit you with it. Doesn't matter. But if they're charging specials and they can't hit you twice, congrats, your special's ready, but you can't use it, so who cares? So for Flora, I actually prefer Slick Fighter over Crafty because keeping that 30% damage reduction and only taking 1 hit's much more important in my books.
I mean, conversely, you could say it's a matter of DD4 versus stance, but... Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you want to use DD4 versus stance, sure. Yeah, okay. Feels bad that this is actually probably the lamest build we're going to see today. Guard with non-penalty status. This just makes her, secures her as a really good hero on the counterattack for far saves. But I do want to mention that I think because her speed can go as highly as it does nowadays, she can be offensive. She can just use Unity and be a dual phaser too. Weird, but yeah.
Technically nothing against that.
Most of the really scary beast units have really low speed anyways, but the really scary ones have really high speed, and then their defense really takes a hit for it. And given how hard she hits in one shot, 1.5x damage probably still gets to kill one shot. So I think it's not necessarily bad just to go to Unity, because you can still utilize her specialty role at minimum, and gives you a bit of extra protection if they can have auto doubles. Did you really pick Bracing Stance at the time?
Yes, I did.
Wow, okay.
I preferred guard.
Sure. This is just more defensive and utilization of iceberg, but that's a part. Wait, you didn't get Ruptured Sky or something?
It's in there. I just have it on Iceberg.
Oh, okay.
I just had
Good.
it on Iceberg, but I have Ruptured Sky if I need it. And I probably
Alright.
will actually make that change right now.
Fair enough.
Then I just retired her after a while because it just wasn't working.
Okay.
But she was fun for a good time.
All right, this is basically the same as the one we saw earlier. This is defense 4, Slick Fighter, AR Far Save, this defense. Actually, such a commitment. +1, +15 already floreted. Wow.
Jeez.
No! Why do people use Phantom Res? It sucks. It really sucks.
Phantom Res is just Elamine.
Phantom Res is for Elamine and not being Elamined.
You rather have actual stats. Who are you using Phantom Res against when your base res is 46? Who?
37 base res bows, I guess.
I know, but realistically, because in combat, you got a 30% damage reduction, you're going to get the foe cannot make a follow-up attack because of all the in-combat stats you get. It's so wasteful because you rather have actual stats. In practice, against most heroes, you're not going to need it.
You could show
It's not gonna
defense
be a
res
difference
for a
maker.
seal, and you would get 3 less technical res at the exchange of actually having a stat and getting 7 defense.
Right. It's much more important. The Fam Res Seal, like, don't bother this chat. It's really just for Elamine, and as an Elamine user, I still don't even use it. P Floor, Saehrimnir swap, Ruptured Sky, attack res unity, Bolt Fighter, attack defense menace, attack res form. By the way, the Bolt Fighter feels especially bad now. She does come with it, chat.
She does.
But because she actually has a... Wait, it's actually not bad. Maybe that's why they did what they did. By adding speed to her, if she initiates against Fallen Edelgard, she should be able to win that fight because she'll break through the wary, and then keep going, and she'll kill her.
Yeah, she won't have a great visible res check, but she will kill. And even other far saves, she'll do a pretty capable job countering them. Now, of course, if you're running her in Catria Ball, especially then Bolt Fighter, Ruptured is good, but if you're running her without Catria, it'd be Bolt Fighter Iceberg, in a general case. But, given context, this Flora will shred you to pieces if you let her.
Yes.
Because,
Yes.
let's see. So 59 attack goes up to 75, potentially with Saehrimnir, not against like a good far saver, but just in general. 75 peak, 80 unity, 86 menace buff, up to 93 with form. If we were to assume 1 attack mythic, because Anima has both Saros and Duma for that, then it's like 96 attack going into combat. Potentially 102 if they're defense debuffed from menace.
All right. This was also captured, so she moves around really well, and she's really scary. I like this, actually. I never thought about it this way because I was so fixated on her being a far save unit. But even her base build, she's going to do a job of... She's actually truly converted into a Fallen Edelgard killer at this point with this.
Yeah.
For starters, she will now not die when she attacks her, which is pretty significant.
She'll live
Right,
that bonfire for sure. There's no way that Edelgard meets the res check for the damage reduction.
Right, because she has the damage reduction. So
And it's
now
on the
she's
first
official.
It's the first check as opposed to the second, which Edelgard doesn't double anyways, so who cares?
Yep.